Savory Pig Lips Pear Pumpkin Pie, Part 2, William Hovey Smith, 2015. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting, and here's one of our original Halloween dishes.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and once more, the Halloween lantern is lit, and we are about to come up with some new to the world dish in honor of the season. Well, we will feature again the traditional pumpkin here with good axe. And this is going to be a savory pig lip pear pumpkin pie. Yep, pig lips. Right here. Yes, sir. Now these are, even in the southeast, somewhat uncommon as compared to pickled pig's feet. But they are occasionally available, and good friend Bill Krantz happened to find me some. So we are going to eagerly use these and make up a savory pumpkin pie. Now pumpkin is a squash, after all, and not all pumpkin pies have to be sweet. And this one will not be. This will be a meat pie. So we have some already prepared venison and hog meat here, which has been browned, which we're going to dice and incorporate to give a meaty filling to the pie, as well as always onions, and a few peppers, homemade, to give it a little spice, a little kick, as well as some cheese. Now in previous videos we have shown you how to prepare pumpkins. Now if you did not see them, these previous videos were a hearty pumpkin soup for Halloween, as well as bear paw pumpkin soup, where I make a pumpkin soup using bear paws. Yeah, real thing. Yep, really did. So you can see these on YouTube and see how I actually prepare the pumpkins. I'm going to take these, bust the pumpkins, remove the seed, boil them, peel them, mash them, and then proceed to mix the pie filling. And when I get to the mixing stage, I'll join you back again so you can see the process. I'm now focusing more tightly on the table so you can get the full benefits of the preparation. And here, of course, are our pig lips. Okay. And there be one. Right there. Okay. Cool. Three. And that should be enough, I think. Of course, there are those of you who might say that none would be quite enough, thank you. But we're going to use these. I'm going to dice them up. Now these have been brined, and so they're somewhat salty. And a little bit on the chewy side. So I'm going to cut them even finer yet. Yeah, that's going to be about right, I think. So that you have a chance in every bite to get a little bit of flavor here. Now a correspondent has objected to my use with the word savory in conjunction with this recipe. And let me tell you what that means. Savory like many English words, has a number of meanings. Savory means, among other things, healthy, good for you, but this is not that meaning. Savory also has the meaning of being not sweet in the culinary sense, meaning that you have things like candies, for example, which are sweet. And then you have dishes which are considered savory. Now, savory implies that they get their main flavor from salt, although it also, in my view, implies the use of some fats. So you have real things that carry flavor, as fats do. Sugars, for example, do not carry flavor. It's just sweet. Salt, for example, does not carry flavor. It is just, frankly, salt. Now, there are those who say they can tell one salt from another, etc., etc., etc. Frankly, salt is pretty much salt. But, nonetheless, when you get down to savory dishes, now, that's when sugars and spices and fats all combine to give you a delicious mix of flavors. So this is not just, say, salt. This is not just sour, as in the vinegar. We'll get this a little bit of a sour twang, as will some peppers I'm going to put in it. So this is how things are going to be going. Okay, I'm going to taste here and see how these are. Definitely vinegar, definitely salt. I believe 2 is going to do. I think so. Okay. We'll only use 2 of them. Although some might say 2 are too many, but nonetheless we will use 2. You can always add another. Now, to give it some added meat content, we have here some cut up deer meat that's been already browned. So, okay, that goes in. I am going to add raisins to give a little sweetness. I do a lot of cooking with raisins in a lot of dishes where people don't expect to find them, because I like that touch of sweetness in there. I also like the nutritional value of the raisins themselves. Now, onions. Yes, I'm going to add some onions here. That is approximately half a cup of onions. I think that will be about right. Going to add some corn. We're going to drain it though, because I don't want the extra liquid in there. So you see, basically now this is coming into a squash meat dish, is what this is evolving to, and we're even going to get a little more complex yet. All right. We've got some corn. I'm going to add a little bit of hot pepper to it. And this happens to be my own pickled okra, actually. Okay. Okay, there's a jalapeno itself. We'll put one of those in there and call this good. There are also some habanero peppers in here too. So, okay, now that should take care of the heat elements I want. And about the right mix. Of course, you want to stir all this up well. You wouldn't want to get all those in one bite, I guarantee you. That would light you up for the day. So we're now ready to mix this and add our eggs, and then I'm going to put it on the stove. Now we're going to add some eggs here, and it'll depend on how it looks as I put it together, but what I'm guessing is at least 6 eggs will go in this. At this stage we have most of our ingredients in here, including 2 cans of corn, our pig lips of course, and that is the red that you see, raisins, as well as onions. I haven't added any salt because both the meat and the pig lips have salt on them. And this is coming up to be quite a little colorful dish here, as you can see, particularly the red elements from the pig lips. The yellows, yeah, this is looking quite like fall. Accented by the whites from the pears. Now I also have another ingredient that I'll add that I did not come up with. I cooked a package of bird's eye vegetables, which came with 2 sauce packets with it, which has some cheese content. And this I also intend to add. That's this package of material here. 2 came with my veggies. I only used 1. So how are we doing here? Needs a little butter, but I'm going to try this first and see how that does. So this mix is going to go on the stove. Lost a little bit there. With the eggs. See how 6 eggs do. That's doing its job. 6 may be enough. Yeah, 6 looks good. You see it's just a little bit sloppy now. Plus I'm going to add this cheese sauce, which is going to thin it a little more. So now I'm going to put this on a boil on the stove and heat it and add the cheese sauce again and taste it again and make the final flavor adjustments. For flavor adjustments here, we found, yeah, we could use some more pig lips. So we have those cut. Those are added. Okay. And we could also use approximately half a stick of butter to round out the flavors. So this has been heated, so we're going to mix until this butter is dissolved. And it's now getting to look like It's losing its tack a little bit. So one more egg, go in. So the result should give a good set. Now, the amount of heat I added in the way of peppers turned out to be almost exactly right. But I did not add but approximately a half a teaspoon of salt. That was all I found it needed there. Alright, that's ready to pour up in the pie shell. I don't want to hold it too long or the egg whites will start to set.
And here is our pig lips pumpkin pie right hot out of the oven.
Our Halloween candle has just been extinguished. We have just finished putting on the table for breakfast my pig lip pear pumpkin pie. Yep. Now what we made was actually 4 pies in pie shells and 2 casserole dishes, but 1 pumpkin that you saw. So I did cook up all the ingredients while I had them fresh, although you could make up this mix and freeze it, and it freezes successfully, and then cook it as you need it. Now this is the pig lips pear pumpkin pie, very colorful as you see, and the red of course are the diced pig lips. Now these are good items on their own right. And if you own a microbrewery and you produce hopsy beer, yeah, you should put out these because they go very good with a hopsy beer or a Guinness stout or something along that line. And that's basically how these are generally consumed, in case you wondered. Now, about our own preparations here. Now we have, of course, slices of each, as you see. And we will see how they taste. Now, in looking structurally at them, although I did add 1 additional egg to this, I see now it could use possibly as many as 2 more. The pie itself is a little bit on the weak side and it broke. So the eggs will give it added structural strength. It won't affect the taste appreciably, but it will give it strength. Now, so far as taste goes, let us see. It does have the savory taste I was looking for. It has the salt. You get a little touch of vinegar. You get a touch of sweet, a little heat on the back of the tongue from the peppers, a crunch from the fruit, which is very desirable, and a little bit from the crust itself. Now this is a good product. It is very suitable, for example, to put out for hunters for breakfast. Yeah, they'd really like this. Or maybe not if you told them it had pig lips in it, but otherwise it's just quite fine. It's equivalent to the sausage pies that we Southerners will fairly often put out for breakfast. So this is a hearty pie, and in fact, in casserole, yeah, this is pretty much a one-pot meal. Because you've got carbohydrates, you've got starches, you've got protein, you've got fruit, all in one dish that you cook all at one time. So in that sense, it's very efficient. Okay, what about our enhanced pumpkin pie? Now the regular pumpkin pie is sort of like eating baby food in the sense that the pumpkin filling is just all salt and there's no texture to it. And I like a little something in the mouth. I still got teeth and I want to use them. So hence we remember put the nuts and the fruit and the coconut and so on in it. It's good. Chews good, tastes good. No, it's not the pumpkin pie that your grandma made or your mother made, but it's quite adequate and very excellent so far as I'm concerned. Now I would rate both of these dishes as a success. This one with a little improvement of a couple of more eggs, and yeah, that would be right on. And your breakfast, of course, coffee. And if you serve this as a supper dish, it goes very well with a little homemade pear wine. Now the pear wines I make are not sweet. They are drier wines that almost have a little astringency to them. So these go very well, with the pumpkin pie. Yeah, that's a fine combination. So now you have something new to put out for Halloween. Nobody but me has ever done this before. So, okay, and you too. So, you can also save some of these for Valentine's Day too. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Well, the following is the recipe for the pig lip pumpkin pie. Now, as I have written it out here, it is very approximate. And in fact, you could change some of the ingredients however you like to do it and make no significant difference in the product. Besides backyard deer hunting, I have other outdoor books which also have recipes. And these include extreme muzzleloading, crossbow hunting, and for those who want some fish, practical bow fishing to tell you how to get the best eaten fish that exist. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 450 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.